Hello, everybody. So I'm on in the dark, but I just have to show you this because there are no lights in this room, my computer, that's all. And you've got to see this angel light. You've got to see that. We are sitting here trying to figure out what this is. And all we have is our security camera. It has a little tiny blue light. And that's it. And that is even turned kind of away from the light, this light even. So we have no idea what's going on here, but it's a phenomenon. So, and it's very bright tonight. So I just wanted to come on and show you guys because there's no light in this room. So there's no like reflection or anything. So yeah, that's it. And like I said, it comes on for my lives. Look at that. Look how bright it is. Oh, there it goes. Look at that. Isn't that weird? It's so weird. It tends to come on for my lives, and that's it. I mean, really, you guys. Okay, there it goes. There, going out again. Okay, so we'll see if it comes back on. Isn't that the weirdest thing? It's light activated, but it's on. I mean, if I'm in here, it's on. So it's on. I mean, it's not light activated, it's movement activated. So anyway, it's bizarre. I'm not quite sure what to make of it. So I'm going to turn that. What the heck? Oh, I just moved my light. Okay, I don't know. We'll just say it's angel light and leave it at that, okay? All right, guys, so let's start, I guess. I always do the name checking at the end, but welcome everybody and thanks for being here. Lucienne, you're here, yay. If you want to help out, please do. If you are busy, that's okay. We'll figure it out. Adam's here. So we're all ready to go. So first question. Oh, a lot of January 6th questions coming up. Okay. All righty. I'm ready. I am ready. Okay. Will Mark Meadows testify eventually to the January 6th commission? I just heard a deal will be struck. So but it doesn't feel like it's it might be written questions or something. Yeah, I'm getting chills with that. So it might be written. Because it doesn't, I was going to say it doesn't feel like it's in person, and then I'm like, how could that be? But maybe it's written questions, kind of like they did with Trump. So I think that may be the deal, that he responds through written, or else it feels like we don't see it is what it feels like. So, but it feels like it's like not in person. So, that's kind of weird, maybe on Zoom, but I think it might be written questions. So I guess that's my answer. I'll have to go with that. Will Ivanka Trump be called in front of Congress? Will she show up? Breaking news. She was handling daddy's texts. Okay. Sorry, guys, I'm getting situated here. Okay. Ivanka Trump. Um, I feel like it does kind of feel like she may be called. Um, I I feel like the reason I'm hesitating, I feel like there's some back and forth with, so maybe they try a legal way to get her out of having to be questioned or something. So I feel like there's some back and forth. Okay, I'm getting chills with that. So, but I think eventually she talks to them. And this is, I'm being shown. Oh, thank you. I don't know who that was. Thank you. A matter. Oh, you matter to me, and thank you. Sorry, I missed that. I'm so sorry. Cheryl, thank you, Cheryl. I feel like it goes back and forth. So I feel like maybe there's some kind of legal something they try to pull to get her not to testify. But I feel like she does eventually. And I'm seeing what's right now from where we sit, what is most probable. That's what my guides are showing me. With all the players involved, everything involved, what's the most probable right now? And so that's what I'm being shown. And so it can change, it can, she can decide to, skip town or something. But right now, I feel like there's some like legal things they're going to try to get her out of testifying. And then I feel like she does. That's what I feel like. But I feel like there is back and forth going on. So I hope that makes sense. And tonight, I was just going to let you guys know that anything that's given tonight, I should have said this beginning, I forgot to let you guys know. I'm going to hand over to the SPCA in Kentucky for displaced animals, because apparently the SPCA in Kentucky is overrun right now with all of the animals that were lost their homes, lost their owners, or just misplaced or displaced. So that's where it's going to go. So I hope that's okay with Cheryl, and you matter to me, because I didn't say at the beginning, but that's what I plan to do, is give that to the Kentucky SPCA for their little animals. And that was a suggestion by a community member. So thank you to her. So, all right, guys, where were or are Mitch and Elaine McConnell after the tornadoes hit Kentucky this week? McConnell did praise Biden's response. You're welcome. I'm happy to do it. Thank you, Michelle Maybell. Oh, gosh. Thank you, Carol Lamb. I just heard not my job. So I feel like, oh gosh, thank you, Carol Lamb. Thank you so much. That's really, really kind of you. Thank you. Thank you, Melanie. I just heard not my job. So I think he thinks that that's not really part of his job, being like looking at the devastation and giving solace to people that have lost their homes. For some reason, he thinks he doesn't see it as part of his job for some reason. Bonds, thank you for the animals. Thank you. So thank you, Terry. Gosh, you guys, I know you're all animal lovers. I know that. Hi, Terry from class. Um, so that's kind of weird, right? He doesn't see it as part of his job. I don't She doesn't feel like she's here. She feels like she's far away or something. Thank you, LJ Shannon. Um, yeah, he doesn't think it's part of his job to do things like that. That's all I got. I'm trying to get something else, and I don't have it. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to figure that one out. Um, but that apparently, thank you, Cleescape. And I'll let you thank people that are giving. I don't want to hold up the reading and keep going back in. Thank you, Judy. Thank you so much. The animals, thank you. That's really weird, though. Mitch is weird, and to be honest, he probably wouldn't be any help there. Nobody wants to hug him for. Nobody wants to hug him when they've lost their home, so it's fine. Just stay away. I guess that's fine. Okay. Was Fox News part of the coup attempt on January 6th, besides being a propaganda machine? Several hosts seem surprised, judging by their texts. Thank you, Mims. Okay, let me see. Surprise, judging by their texts. And this is for entertainment purposes only. I feel like Sean Hannity was consulted. That's really specific, but I do feel like he was consulted. Because I heard consulted and then I saw Sean Hannity. So I feel like he was consulted about it. But I don't think any of them had any idea of the full extent or something, or the full, like, how it actually was going to go down. I don't think they had a clear picture of that. Thank you, Prince Charming's mom. Thank you, Penny and Roses. I don't think they had any idea how it was going to, like, the chain of events. I don't think they had any idea. Thank you, Leanne. Thank you, Marvy. I'm going to be doing this all night. So thank you, guys. Thank you so much. So I feel like Fox News, I don't think they were like involved in that way. I am seeing that Sean Hannity was consulted, but I think the others were kind of, maybe heard rumor or, things here and there, but it just doesn't seem like they had any idea of the actual events that would take place and kind of that kind of thing. Ron Johnson just popped up for some reason. Have they called him to testify yet, Ron Johnson? Thank you, Heather. Because I think if they haven't, I think they might. I just saw him pop up, so I think they might, if they haven't already. Okay. That's what I got on them. Are the Fox News hosts freaked out after Liz Cheney read their text to Mark Meadows and Trump? Okay. Yes and no. It's interesting because it feels like they are very um, secure in their place. They feel safe for some reason. They feel safe. Yeah, I'm getting chills with that. They feel safe. They don't feel like any harm is going to come to them. Um, I don't think they liked it. I think it clearly makes them look like big hypocrites, but they don't seem to care, they didn't like it, but it feels like they're not worried about it. To me, they feel confident. They feel safe where they are. They feel like they can handle it. They can spin it. They can do what they do, right? So they feel, thank you, Intuit 820. Thank you so much. Um, yeah, so that's what, yeah. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, they seem very like they're okay. They seem like they're okay with it. Um, they don't feel like it's going to hurt them. That's what I got. I don't I don't know that they are really safe. I don't know that they are, but I feel like they think they are. Yeah, so thanks, Liz. Okay. Who's next on the indictment announcement train for January 6th commission? You mentioned Ron Johnson. Yeah. Indictment. Now I think that what they will probably do, the January 6th commission, is hand over people they think should be indicted. Is that what they do? Because I don't think they indict anybody. I think that yeah, I think they hand it over to the Justice Department and they give like who they think should be indicted. I think that's how they do it. So let me see who is going to be maybe suggested indictments for the DOJ. Let me see. There's a lawyer, a lawyer that I think is going to be indicted. I I think they might. I think they might ask for Trump to be indicted. Now, whether they'll follow that, I don't know, but I feel like they're going to say that he should be. They're building. This is what it feels like. They're building the case against him right now, and they think they have a good case. Actually, it feels like they think they have a good case. And I feel like they have what they need, which is really interesting. I almost feel like they don't need, for Trump, they don't need anybody else really. They've got what they need. It may all be written, maybe I know that what's his face, Mark Meadows handed over a lot of papers and emails and stuff like that. So maybe it's that stuff, but it almost feels like we have what we need. I actually, yeah, see, there, to me, I'm feeling like there's a few lawyers that are going to be indicted. And then there's Trump. Or suggested to be indicted, handed over to the DOJ. That man, I'm seeing that guy. I don't know his name. The one with that wore the body armor that was that was ramping up the crowd. I'm seeing that guy, so I think he might be also. There's a couple of House members too. That Gomert. Jim Jordan. Yeah, I think there might be 2 or more House members that they're going to say should be indicted. Mo Brooks, thank you, Mo Brooks. And then some lawyers and Trump. So we'll see. That would be something, wouldn't it? But you think about how many people were arrested and went to jail for Watergate, and that was nothing compared to, January 6th. And it's just getting worse. The more they find out, the worse it gets. So, okay. That's what I got. Did both Flynn brothers both have a hand in January 6th? Okay, so yes, they're saying on opposite ends. So I feel like one was like doing stuff at the beginning and the other one was doing stuff at the end. So beginning, end, but that's how they have them, like bookends. So yeah, but one's at the beginning of January 6th and one's kind of at the end. If you guys have an idea what that means, let me know, but it just feels like they're bookends. So maybe one was at one of the rallies at the beginning and one's, I guess the other one is probably in the military. So maybe he held up the National Guard. I'm not sure, but they've got him as bookends. So if you guys have an idea, let me know. You're my translator helpers, right? So yeah, the answer is yeah. They did have a hand in it. What's going to happen to Liz Cheney after the January 6th commission wraps up? I feel like there's a few things she's looking at, because I don't feel like I can say definitely this, definitely that, but I feel like I don't feel like she's going anywhere, which is interesting. I don't think she's going to retire, or leave like Adam Kinzinger. I think she's going to stick around. But I feel like she's debating whether to go for something like higher, like go to the Senate or run for president, because I feel like she wants more influence over the party. But I feel like it's like she's mulling it over right now, because I can't really tell which way she'll go, but I feel like she's going to stick around. So that's what I'm feeling right now. But I feel like she's thinking, I want to go bigger. I want to have more control over the party, and I feel like she's gonna go after Trump. I feel like she is, like, bound and determined. She's so, um, blames him for so much. Thank you, Courtney, that I feel like she is gonna go after him with every last breath. It just feels like that. It feels like she's not going to just give up. She's going to try to get rid of him, basically. And I don't mean get rid of him, like that, but just get him out of the, away from the Republican Party, basically. Yeah, she is gunning for him, Deb. That's right. She is. So that's what I've got for her. I feel like it's almost like she's deciding, but I feel like she may either go big or bigger, or stay where she is, but I don't think she's going anywhere. Thank you guys so much for donating. The animals will be so happy. Okay. Will we learn more about who and what was being planned on January 5th at the Willard Hotel? There were lawmakers there. There were the House members there. So, yes, I mean, I guess the answer to the question is yes, we will. I'm seeing Steve Bannon. Why do I feel like some people were like on Zoom or something? Like there were like cameras or something in the room, or like not cameras, like monitors or something in the room. So I feel like some people weren't physically there, but they were there. Yeah, I'm getting chills with that as well. Steve Bannon. Stephen Miller. Lawyers. There are lawyers there. So that's what I'm getting. Maybe Trump was the one on the Zoom or whatever, on the computer. Because they keep highlighting that. So maybe Trump was the one that was on the, not physically there, but there, like on the computer. So yeah, weird, right? So yeah, we're definitely going to hear more about that. We're going to know. Okay. Some people aren't very happy with Merrick Garland's lukewarm pursuit of the insurrection planners. Would Biden ever replace him? Thank you, Michelle. You guys are so generous. Thank you so much. I'm so thrilled. I'm so happy to be able to do this for those animals. So, okay.
All right. Thank you. Okay. All right. Bye-bye, Living.
So I'm feeling like Merrick Garland is going to come through. I feel like he's waiting. I feel like he's waiting. I don't know exactly what he's waiting for, but I feel like he's waiting for specific things to take place. And So I don't know if they're working their way up the chain kind of thing, but yeah, I just got chills with that. So I guess they're working their way up, but I also feel like, and I feel like he's waiting. He's waiting. Thank you, Susan. He's waiting, but he's going to come through. And he's not the only. We're going to see charges even coming from states. So it's not just going to be, and because I feel like lawsuits and stuff like, some lawsuits are coming, like civil lawsuits. So this is going to get very messy for them. And it feels like it's coming from all directions, like it's states and it's, the Justice Department and it's the January 6th. It's like, it's just coming from all sides. And thank you, Justine. So it does feel like it's going to be very, very hard for them to escape being held responsible in some way, whether it's like financially or, having their freedom taken or, just their reputation. It just seems like there are so many angles this is going to be coming from that it's going to be nearly impossible to just have nothing happen to them. They're going to be held responsible in some fashion, it feels like. And Merrick Garland's just one avenue, but it feels like he's going to come through. He's waiting. He's waiting. Thank you, Wendy. Oh, would Biden ever replace him? I'm sorry, I forgot the rest of that question. I think he would resign before Biden would get rid of him. It feels like Biden is pretty comfortable with his choice. He knows how he works. He wanted him because he knows how he works. He's very methodical and apolitical. He's very methodical and very exact. So I feel like I don't think he'll get rid of him. Anything's possible, but I don't think he will. I think he's pretty comfortable with him. Rochelle asked whether Lucy had made her presence known. Can you tell them about the orb? Okay, so I took this picture. It was an orb that was in this room. It was right on this carpet back here, and it was just an orb about this big. And I was looking at it, and I kind of like went in and zeroed in on it, and it is a perfect profile of Lucy, her profile of Lucy's face. It looks like Lucy's just sitting in the carpet. And because I wasn't sure of what I was seeing, because it looks like her, it looks like a photograph. It's that clear that it's Lucy. And I was going to try to put it up, but I don't think it will, it's just because you have to kind of make it bigger, and it kind of like loses something when I try to transfer it onto like the computer or whatever. But just to make sure I wasn't crazy or that I wasn't just seeing things, I handed it to Adam and he looked at it and he's like, oh yeah, it kind of looks like, oh my God, that's Lucy, because it looked just like her. And it was like I said, it was almost like a photograph. It was so perfect. So, and she was just like sitting in the carpet as a little orb. So thank you, Catherine. So yeah, yes, she has made her presence known. And I can actually go like this. I'll sit and I'll slap my lap and say, come on, Lucy, come up here. And you'll see a little orb kind of come and just jump in my lap. It's happened multiple times when I sit in this room, because I can see him on my camera, because we've got a security camera in here. but several times I'll do that and she'll just kind of jump in my lap. So anyway, it's just fun. But yes, she's fine. She made it to the other side. She went over the Rainbow Bridge and she's having the time of her afterlife. Yes, our little Lucy Goose. Did Mark Meadows know he was handing the commission such dynamite in his 9,000 documents, or did his staff mess up? Ooh. I just heard not very bright, which I think I think that he is it feels like he's he really wanted to avoid it all. Like, he wanted to avoid testifying, he wanted to avoid and he really didn't think that a lot of what he gave would be like put out publicly. He thought maybe that they would use it, but that it wouldn't be public, like read on, out into the world. He really thought they might keep some of that because I guess he worked for the White House. Maybe they'd keep it quiet, because I feel like he almost feels like it should have been protected or would have been protected, something like that. So I feel like he didn't think it through. Not that bright. He didn't think it through. It's kind of like it was he didn't think of every possibility. He was trying to save himself, basically, right? I mean, that's all Trump is, right? He's self-preserving. That's what he does. He preserves himself, and everybody around him is the same way. So when it comes down to it, they're all going to be in self-preservation. And that's what it feels like he was trying to just, kind of just trying to preserve his freedom and not wanting to testify. He thought if he could give enough, they'd have enough that they would leave him alone. That being said, I feel like not every piece of paper was gone through or something. But again, I don't think he thought it would be out there. I think he just thought they would use it. So there you go. Will the pipe bombs come up again in investigations, or will we never know? Thank you, Marie. It's going to be traced to somebody. They're going to trace it. They're going to trace it. It feels like the people they're bringing in, like they're figuring out the chain of command and the chain of who is communicating with who. I feel like they're still doing that, and that's how they're going to figure it out. It's like they're going to follow it. I don't know how to explain it. I guess follow the chain or follow the connections, and it's going to connect to this person. So they're going to get to them. They're going to get to him. But I think we will know. But it's going to be. I think it's going to be a little difficult but I feel like they're going to do it. Yeah. Follow who, talk to who. I feel like they're following. It's like as they, like the Proud Boys and that, like how they're putting these, like all the different groups that were together. So they're putting like all the groups that were together, and then they'll start like looking at individuals, and it's just going to be like a chain that they kind of, you know. So that's all I got. When I do this, I get it's not as if somebody's just talking in my ear, telling me everything. That would be wonderful. I'll get a word, a few words together, a flash of a picture, a feeling. It's like putting together a puzzle. So it's, and what I'm seeing is kind of like connection. It just looks like adding, like making the connections. So I feel like one thing leads to the next, needs to the next, and it will eventually lead to that person, but it's going to take digging and it's going to take time. Okay. So I hope that explains it. And I know it's hard to, because I'm just talking. It seems like someone's just talking to me, but I'm kind of talking out loud while I'm putting it together. So, I try to, my thing is to try to demystify this so you understand it. It's not magic. I'm connecting, and I'm getting little bits of information. I'm putting them together, and then I'm giving you the message, or I'm putting it together the best that I can. And that's also where mistakes can happen, and you just do the best you can. So, okay. Lighthearted question. Will the GOP turn America into a dystopian nightmare like The Handmaid's Tale? It sort of feels like it. Okay, so let me look and see. Sorry, I need to find a piece of paper. Okay. No, a lot of these things that they're pushing the boundaries on are going to be slapped back. I think I've talked about this before, and it kind of feels like this. You can stop evolution, you can stop progress for a little bit, but you can't make it go back and halt it forever. It's gonna happen. And these are people that are just so afraid of change, of difference, of things not being the way they've always been. So they are overreacting. They're super reacting, right? And there is going to be a reaction to this, and that's progress. That's the progress we see. It's going to happen. They're going to be pushed back again. It's going to be pushed. We will push things forward, regardless of this. But they feel they're fighting for their very existence, right? They want to exist as the super. The white men have been in charge for a very, very, very long time, and they don't want it to change. And I think that fear, there's lots of fear, right? It's a lot of this is based in all kinds of different kinds of fear, but that's a big one. And a lot of this stuff with reproductive rights and stuff, it's a reaction to that. So they can try, but it's gonna ultimately it will be turned around. And I feel like the courts are a big thing, but I also feel like actual doctors and stuff, like medical stuff or something, like the medical community is going to be working to fix this or help this, go around this. So when you have a huge majority of the country that wants something, it's going to happen, it's going to happen. So that's what I have to say about that. And but no, they're not going to turn it into a dystopian nightmare. It's going to be like the stuff we see now, where it's kind of, just being loud, being mean. Oh, thank you, John of New. Thank you. Being loud, being mean, being cruel, doing cruel things, passing cruel laws. That's what they do. That's what they are, sadly. And it will flip back the other way. You wait and see. Our job is to not feed into that fear, not stay in that fear. It's okay to be, scared for a little bit or angry for a little bit, but try not to just dwell in that. Feel it and then let it go. We're going to do this. Don't worry. Okay. All right. Will Roe versus Wade be effectively overturned by SCOTUS? I just heard please wait in my mind's ear, my clairaudient. I heard please wait. So I feel like I think I had this before. It feels like there may be changes on the court by the time they actually bring this up or bring this up for a vote. It's almost like we can't, the court's going to be different or look different or something. So it's almost like we can't judge it right now because it's not going to be the same people doing thank you, Roseanne, doing the voting by the time they bring this up. I can't remember when they're going to bring it up. But it feels like something's going to be different. So, and I heard, please wait. So I'm just going to leave it at that. That's what I'm getting. And that's, yeah, interesting. Yeah. So there's something happening with the court. Something's going to be changing. So there you go. Okay. Will names be named in Ghislaine Maxwell case? Yes. And it kind of feels like both sides get hit. Like there'll be Democrats and Republicans, or people that are thought of as being kind of more liberal or whatever, and Republicans. It's gonna be kind of hitting both sides, more one side than the other, I think. But it is gonna hit kind of both sides. And I think, it's gonna be stuff like that. Why I kept getting that message about getting grounded and getting centered and not getting that, that head spinning. The news is going to be like that. It's going to be kind of head spinning and kind of like, which way do we go? Who do we believe? What do we do? And so that's why that message was like, get centered, get grounded, because it's going to be one of those years. That's what my club is about. It's about trying to keep us all kind of oh, okay, not going with everything and getting confused and feeling afraid and feeling worried and nervous and all of these negative things. Um, we have to kind of know where we are, know our be connected to our spirit self, very, very connected, because it's going to be one of those years. It's going to be a head spinning year. So yeah, get ready for it. It won't be 2020. It won't be 2020, but it's going to be a lot of that kind of stuff. Just a lot of stuff that's going to make us feel a little bit like, ugh. Okay, what is going to happen to the Sackler family? Is that what it says? Sackler family, who profited from the opioid crisis, now that a judge rejected the settlement deal over protections for the family. So I'm hearing that they're going to pay. So I feel like, and I don't mean that, my guys are never going to be like threat, they're going to pay. I feel like they'll have to pay something. They will have to pay money. They will have to pay. And it could be, reputation, other things, but I feel like it feels financial. It feels like their finances are drained. And it could be just getting sued over and over again, that drains your finances, so it could be that. But it just feel like they're one way or another, they're going to pay out. So yeah, I don't know if that's the last judge to have the case or if it goes to another court, but it does feel like either way, they're going to pay. They're going to have to pay. Yeah. What is the current state of the midterms? Is it a foregone conclusion, as the GOP think it is? So no, it isn't a foregone conclusion, but we're going to have to get, well, let me just tell you what I feel like we're going to have to get voting rights passed, but I feel like Joe Biden is going to, he is going to really, really work to get it passed. Because I feel like he's out in front again and again, like talking about it, coming out again and again about this, and really is pushing for it. I'm seeing Kamala Harris too. I don't know if she's going to be involved, but I'm just feeling like the pressure mounts, and they get it done. But it is going to be a lot of work. I feel like it is going to be work to get this done. But they're going to get it done. And if they get it done, then it is not a foregone conclusion that they're going to win. People, it may not always reflect when with every single poll, but people are very upset about all of this, the Republicans and January 6th and all of this stuff. And I feel like it's that is what's going to be reflected in the voting. It's going to have a bigger impact than they think. And I know that, it's always like, oh, I just care about kitchen table issues, but people are very upset about this, more than they think. So I feel like the January 6th commission is going to have a bigger impact than on people voting, especially for Senate, the House members, maybe not so much for like governor, but it does feel like that makes a difference. They don't like it. And I think it's almost premature for me to talk about it because I feel like so much is going to come out by the time it's like a lifetime between now and the time we vote. It's going to be so much information is going to come out. And to me, it just feels like it's appalling. It's head spinning. Like I said, it's a walk. So yeah, no, it's not a foregone conclusion at all. But they have to pass voting rights. They have to do it. Will Biden run again in 2024? I'll say, well, a couple of things. I'll say right now, if he plans to, I feel right now he plans to, but I feel like if he does, he'll win again. Thank you, Hemp Lily. But that's, a ways away. I don't think Trump will run. I don't think he will. I've always said that. I don't think he will run. And I didn't think that DeSantis will be the nominee. So if that helps anybody's fears, that's what I've seen for a long time. So, but if Biden runs again, he will win. Right now, I feel like he's planning to run again. Later, I don't know. I'll have to see. But that for right now, I mean, it's like, the election, it's like worlds away, 2024. So, yeah, I think it probably will depend on the Build Back Better and all that stuff. If they get all those things passed, our country will look very different by 2024. So, yeah. Okay. Will the Dems remove voting rights from the filibuster rules, as Senator Warnock told them they should? So it feels like they will change the rules if they have to. If it comes to not, oh, thank you, Michelle. If it comes to not doing voting rights, or and keeping the filibuster intact, and not or doing it and messing with the filibuster a little bit, that's what they're going to do. I feel like they know this is it. They know the stakes. They know, yeah, I've got chills with that. They know the stakes. They know what's going on here. They know they have to do this. So they're going to move heaven and earth to do it. They're not going to come in freaking out. They're going to try to get it done this is what they do, right? They take time to try to talk to people and try to but they're going to do what they have to pass it. Okay. What do you see Letitia James' future? She's done an amazing job in pursuing Trump in New York. I think she may be the first person that indicts him. It may be somebody else, it could be the woman in Georgia, but I saw a woman kind of at the helm, and then a man with her or behind her or aside her. Thank you, Libra's Path. So I feel like it's going to be, it's going to be a woman and then a man who's, I don't know, alongside her in some way. That's the way I saw it. So I think she may be the one to indict him first, I say, because I think other people are going to indict him. But I feel like she might be the first one. Her future. I feel like she'd really like to be Attorney General one day. I think she may do it. She may end up doing it one day. But I feel like that's kind of like, that's what she kind of wants to do. And like, it feels like, and she's supported in that. So that really could be, that could be happening. Why? Is the Thwaites glacier, the so-called Doomsday Glacier, roughly the size of Florida, going to fall into the sea soon? Yeah. I've kind of talked about this as well on the 2022 predictions, that we're going to see a lot of things coming to a head. That's one of them. So I feel like it might happen this year, unfortunately. But I also feel like it's things like that are going to really things like that are continually going to happen, that are going to move people to start to do something about climate change. Because I do feel like there's some, and I felt for a while that there's some like inventions and things that are going to be coming into play that are going to help. Thank you so much. I didn't know who that was. Some kind of inventions that are going to come into play that are really going to kind of help us back up in a way. It's almost like miraculous is what it seems like. Thank you, Stars Line. So that's what I'm feeling. So, but it's things like that happening that are going to kind of push us to move on this and to do what we need to do in climate change. All right. We done, Adam? Okay. That's a wrap. Okay. All right, everybody. Well, I will be name checking you as we leave and as the angel light still is on. And thanks so much for hanging out with me and doing this, and for giving to the SPCA in Kentucky. For those of you who don't know, I was saying at the beginning that any money donated tonight is going to go to the SPCA for all the displaced animals. Apparently they are overrun in Kentucky right now, so we're giving it away. Michelle, thank you. I mean, we give all the YouTube money away, but yeah, but specifically for tonight, that's where it's going. Thanks, you guys. Okay, Cheryl, Georgie Moon, Sea Escape, Jess R, Lucienne, thank you so much for your help. Thank you. Thank you, Adam. Lisa Foster. Thank you, Lucienne. Yes, happy holidays, everybody. Butterfly kisses. Patricia, Georgie, Carol Gallagher, Jess Jean, Michelle Peterson, Karen Conroy, you matter to me, or you matter to you, I matter to you, Rochelle, Valerie Woodford, let me go back here, Peony and Roses, sorry, Valeria, Cynthia, Melissa, Morris Hillman, Dan Artist Painter, Sweetie Darlin, John of New, thanks. Sandra from Connecticut, thank you, Sandra. Adam, Courtney Armstrong, Carol Fleshbach, Steph S, Jeremy English, Sharon, Ron, hi Ron, Karen Wiley, Prince Charming's mom, A Lady, Teresa Taryn, Sparky, Sweetie Darlin, Lulu, Little Sparrow Tarot, Georgie Moon. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you so much. Lily D, thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for being so generous tonight. Happy Girl, Rochelle, Donna, Butterfly Kisses, Mims, Steph S, Cindy, the greeter, Teresa, thank you for greeting. Jess R, Lucian, thanks again. Teresa Cole, Jess R, wait, was that? Oh, Jess R, thank you so much. Thank you for that. Connie Brown, Deb Z, Mim, Strawberry Rhubarb, Cheryl McLemore, Michelle Maybell, KD, Hump Day, Denise, LaForgia, Mother of Three Gotcha, Judy Wentworth, Georgie Moon. I could sit here just all night, right? Mims, Liz. I just kind of wait till I start repeating and then thanks, you guys. I guess that's everybody or anyone who's. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, sweetie darling. Thank you, everybody. Thanks so much. Thank you again for all the donations, and we'll talk to you again soon. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Okay. Bye.